welcome to the instructional part of the video. You can get tabs and backing tracks if you go to my website, www.erichaugenguitar.com. Let me briefly talk about the tools I'm using to make the sounds I'm making today. This is, I think, a 1992, made in Japan, Telecaster 52 reissue. I'm using the neck pickup, which is an American vintage reissue pickup, going into my board, using my Strymon Deco for a tiny bit of crunch, and my Strymon Flint for a little bit of reverb. Today I am playing through this old Silvertone 1484, mic'd up with a Rode NTR active ribbon mic. That's what you're hearing. Now let's learn this thing. Okay, so the opening is a C minor chord, which is, I'm thinking of a bar chord, but what I got here is, what is that? Starting on the D string, 5, 5, 4, 3. Now, I guess you could only do those because you're not going to get it. There's this neat passing chord. That's a neat, well, I could see it as a variety of things. I kind of see it as a kind of a B major 7. What it is starting on the G string, 4, 4, 6. And then back to the C minor. I think where they came up with that, if we're going to deconstruct it forensically, he wanted that note, that 6th fret note, and so somebody must have had the idea to put in that leading tone, that B natural there, to make that cool passing chord. That's the first move. And then it just is going to go down that, and then a big old G7, which is really just kind of the inside of a G7 bar chord. So think of this shape, your standard G shape, but we're going to go ahead and move, starting on the A string. 5, 5, 4, 6. And then we're kind of switch it around to be even more just like the inside of that regular G. That pinky note went back to a 3. And then here comes some diminished chords. Still, actually, this is one of those times where diminished and a 7th chord interact, because what we have here is, starting on the D string, 3, 4, 3, 4 up top, and then that 4 comes off to a 3. Yeah, so that move. And then I'm forgetting where we are. That's right. Okay, so yeah. It does that little, you could call that a diminished chord, or you could call it a G7 flat 9. They're the same. And then there's a little boom, boom, still just G, 5, 3, and then still kind of playing around with G7. So that's now kind of aiming, starting on the D string, 3, 4, 3. And then there's a little melody on the B string, 3, 4, 6, and then that little diminished move again. And then back to a C minor, which is 4, and then the 5 and 5, 4 on the B, and then the 5 and 5. That's kind of the main thing. So it's really just 2 chords, C minor, G7, 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 C minor, just a very, very cool harmonic minor thing. And then, as it kicks over into full-on spaghetti western style, the melody moves, but the chords are actually still the same behind it. So that is starting on my A string, 3, 1, 3, oh, and then oh, 1 on the D, 3 on the A, and then 3 on the D, which is still part of that G7 chord. And then what is it? Oh, a G arpeggio, starting on the low E, 3, 2, oh, jump to the G string, 1, oh, and notice I did a little change to the D string. Oh, 1, 3. Here it comes again. Change to the G string. And then back to that C minor. 1 on the D, 3 on the A. Nice little melody there. Very simple, not too complicated. Now, there is kind of a B section to the song where it's going to drop down. That's 3, 1 on the A string. 3, 1, 3, and then it's F minor. And so on that, I'm going to go ahead and I start to kind of hybrid pick and do some things there. Because when I can, I grab pieces of other melodies that I hear going by. So I have a bar going across the 1. My ring finger is on the 3. I'm going to turn this way so you can see how I'm hybrid picking this. So yeah, the 1 and that G string. And then pinky's going to get the 3. And then pinky's, or not pinky, but middle finger's going to get the 1 of the B. That's my little move there. Then there's a little walk, which is starting on the D string. 1, 0 on the G, 3 on the G. And now the song moves to a G minor. And so on that, I went, again, hybrid picking. I have the open G and the 3rd fret of the low E, and then the 1 on the A, and then the open D. So I get a... And then there's a little connector to the next chord sequence, which is 3 on the D, 0 on the G, all the way up to 8 on the D. And then we have an A flat chord, but I'm only grabbing, starting on the D string, a 6, 5, 4. And then really the next chord is E flat major 7, which I am only grabbing, starting on the D string, 5, 3, 3. And then it's a C minor, which I'm just making a power chord, 3, 5, 5, starting on the A string. And then it goes back to E flat, and this time I'm grabbing, starting on the A string, the root structure of the E flat, a 6, 5, 3. And it stays on the E flat and does a nice little fill on it, really. So I have my pointer finger flat on 5 and 5 of the D and the G, and I'm going to daintily hammer on 3 to 3 on the D and the G back there. Going to hammer on that ring finger note on the 5. And then, this is a little B flat over D. Ooh, that's nice. Which is starting on the A string, a 5, 3, 3. And then the last thing, it's going to land back on a C minor. A little, I guess, 4th pull-off hammer-on activity. 5 and 5 on the D and the G. 3 and 3, back to 5 and 5. And then all that happens is then I switch back over to the single note. That's it. Well, that's a cool one. A lot of neat chords in there and a kind of very pretty structure. It's kind of post-rock meets spaghetti western there. So have fun with that, and thanks for watching.